And welcome to another episode of Behind the Mask. And I got in here under the wire as the intro was going. I had to go out there and get my drink to get myself energized because today it's been a long day. But, anyways, I'm Eugene as always with my awesome co-host, Dennis. Dennis, what's going on, man?
What's going on, everybody?
Oh, it's been. Oh, we already got a comment. What's going on, Nick?
Hey,
oh, wait, sorry.
Hey, Nick, what's going on, my friend? How you doing this evening? This night? What is that?
This night, Holmes, what's going on? Dennis is channeling his inner.
Make that joke. I can't make that joke.
Well,
I can't say
guys,
stuff like that.
It is another, again, awesome episode. We are down to our last 3 episodes for the year. We've got this one. We've got next week, which we're hoping that our guest for next week comes through, that he said he would come on. So here's the hoping. We actually talked to the guy this weekend, which, it would be really awesome to have him on next week if we can actually get him. So I'm getting excited about that. So Nick, I'm glad you're having a great night. I'm having a wonderful night now that we're on this. This weekend was an interesting weekend. Wouldn't you say, Dennis? One with what we did this weekend.
Oh my God. Well, okay. So interesting is definitely a good way to start. But if nothing else, it definitely was memorable.
It definitely was. And I'm going to just say that, oh my God, it was, you know what? Before we keep kind of hinting at it, let's just do the whole, this next segment is. So it wasn't per se a tournament, but it was a charity event. But we're going to throw it into tourney talk anyways, because, why not?
Why not?
What else are we going to do?
Exactly. Why not?
I mean, well, what tournament talk do you got for us, Dennis? Besides all the moves that we have been seeing this weekend, what's going on, Terrence?
Well, see, ultimately, that's pretty much the big thing that you're gonna have until the season starts, is just the free agency market. Literally, who's going where, who's gonna end up where, and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, tons of moves. NRG picked up some new players, or actually lost some players, I should say. They've got a couple of guys that are stepping away from the game. They're not projected to play at all this coming season. Infamous picked up a couple of players to, fill the slots that were left by the losses of Cody Mikowski and Sean Saucedo. So, it'll be interesting to see how they pan out. Hurricanes lost a player. He's not going to be playing this season. Aftermath lost a player. He's not going to be, playing. Grayson Gladstone, I think, is going to be the big name signing for Aftermath. And then, of course, as I said, Cody Mikowski leaving Infamous and going to X Factor.
Last year, I don't know if there was this many big moves at the end of the season as there is this year. It's almost like a grenade literally went off right after World Cup, and you're seeing everybody just scattered everywhere. I mean, last year the big news was the whole Latin Saints thing, but that was not at the end of the year. That was like kind of at the middle, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say mid-season. Yeah, mid-season.
It was a mid-season thing. And then this year we're seeing it all happen right now, and it's just like these pieces are really moving all over the place. And
yeah, I mean, it's to be expected. I think as a whole, the industry, the NXL, the players Learned a very valuable lesson based off of the Latin Saints situation. Coming into the season, everybody really expected the Latin Saints to be this, powerhouse team because they went out and bought all of the players, and that it just never materialized. They ended up, the money wasn't there, and the players they basically went back to where they started. So again, I'm not entirely surprised. The more surprising things are some of the players that did leave their respective teams and where they ended up. Those were the nice surprises. Rainey going back to Damage, Cody Mikowski leaving Infamous. Alex Goldman re-signed with Impact. That didn't really shock a whole lot of people, but there was speculation that Houston made a very big move to try and get him. He would have been dangerous on Houston too. If you could imagine him and Tyler, oh my God. I mean, hands down, most everybody would agree that, Alex Goldman and Tyler Harmon are probably the two most intense players in professional paintball right now. I mean, you see it in their eyes. All you got to do is look in their eyes when they're out there on the field. It's palpable, to use big words.
Don't use them big words on me.
Don't use the big words. The only other thing really that was of major note, as we had mentioned last week, Damage cut ties with Bunker King / Virtue for their soft goods and things like that. So they signed with GI. Speculation is that they're probably going to be rocking either JT soft goods or Empire, and likely will be using they will be using Sector, which I'm not familiar with Sector, but I guess it's another GI subsidiary for their soft goods, and then either JT V-Force Empire for their masks. They're still shooting the TM40, so then nothing's changed there. But they probably will be using the new JT tryout hopper. So we'll finally get a chance to see running that.
Which we got a little bit of review last week from Lupe was telling us that Haley said
Lupe. He called it a whale.
Yeah, it's like it was a whale on top.
Yeah, he said it was a whale.
Funny. So it's interesting to see that out on the actual pro field and see how they handle it with that. I mean, there's just a lot of craziness going on as far as, like we said, moves and things that are going on. I'm kind of excited to see what's going to happen next year. And also, we got a little bit of an inside track talking to somebody else about I'm telling you, dude, this league, granted, with all these moves, it's going to be interesting to see where people land and all that other stuff. But this league needs a lot of change.
It needs a lot of help.
It does. A lot of help.
Something that the source, I guess you could say, that you're referring to, made a really good comment in that historically, paintball has never missed a chance to miss a chance. And that is not that cannot be more true than what we're seeing right now with the NXL. I mean, wholesale, the refs are walking away, so they've got to deal with that. That in and of itself, I feel like, is going to be one of the bigger issues facing professional paintball. Well, paintball as a whole right now on the national level, but the pro ranks especially.
Yeah. So it's going to be an interesting year coming up. We've got NXL going on, and we're going to have Bunker Fest going on, which is.
I'm going to say, you know what, Eugene? I'm going to say it right now. I expect overall numbers, and enthusiasm for Bunker Fest to. I think they're going to beat out NXL. Maybe not in the sense of like overall the number of teams playing, but I think you're going to see a bigger, you're going to see a bigger push for teams to want to go to Bunkerfest as opposed to NXL. That's
yeah,
my opinion.
you know what? I'm going to agree with you because of all the great things we've heard about Bunkerfest, and
and the locals as well. The Dub C, USXBL. I mean, I know a lot. I know almost every year Iron City is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think it's and it's like we were talking about yesterday on the way back from the event. The powers that be right now, they're so they want to keep things so insular, and they're afraid to relinquish the hold that they've got on everything right now because they don't want to lose their market share. They don't want to lose their income, I guess.
But you know what? That sucks because, again, and this didn't just come from our source that we talked to, but also the fact that we've known this for a while, which this sport is and I'm going to use some terms that were used yesterday or on Sunday. That was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I'm all jacked up. In this country where this started, this is a hobby.
Yeah.
This is a game. This is just a pastime.
Yeah.
Okay. Over the good old pond in Europe.
In Europe, paintball is treated as a legitimate sport. It's given the same amount of respect and coverage that a lot of other professional sports get. And you're exactly right. Here in North America, it's a niche hobby.
Yeah.
Yes, those of us who actually are within it want to see it grow, and we want to see it become a legitimate thing, but it's just not being treated the same way. Yeah. And part of the problem is within the sport and the industry itself. Again, they're so insular. They don't want to relinquish the control that they have over it, and it's only going to hamper it more because it's not going to allow outside influence to come in and make it better for everyone.
Yeah.
You even brought up the episode that Vince at Let's Talk Paintball, when he was speaking with one of the ML Kings guys, they made a reference to there being a funnel model, and the top of the funnel being everything that's outside of the sport, and the bottom of that funnel, that tiny little narrow opening, is everything that's within the sport. And marketing, reaching out to those outside sources for potential money or even just coverage, exposure. I mean, it's a wasted opportunity because we're just not, and I say we, meaning kind of in the collective, we are just not marketing the sport of paintball the way it should be and the way it is being marketed in Europe. So no, I mean, I absolutely agree with you. You're right on the mark with that.
Yeah. And while watching that interview, and I'm going to say that was the first time I actually watched Let's Talk Paintball and Vince do one of those live. It was cool to listen to him talk about things, but here's the thing: who he was talking to. Yeah, they're talking about that funnel and everything, and outside sources. But if you really listen to what he was saying, he was still talking about within paintball, how we're going to grow it within paintball. It's like, stop talking about within and start talking about outside. And this is a person that was saying, I do marketing and also. If you do marketing, then you know that you have to go outside, market out there. Because one thing that, while we were driving, I had mentioned, think about this. What if a team, and they brought up Netflix, was out at World Cup and checking it out and all this other stuff.
World Cup.
what if Netflix sponsored a team? What do you think is what will happen with that? Well, Netflix has got a team. Hulu, which is owned by Disney, is going to say, "Holy crap, we need a team too because we need to compete. We need to get our name out there." Well, shoot, we have ESPN. Oh crap, paintball was on ESPN at one time. Wonder what it's going to take to get that back on there and also sponsor a team. Oh, not much, because both me and Dennis, who used to work for Disney, and I was trying to get work for Disney again, and they canceled my interview because I was late to get on the phone with them. Oh, well. But anyways, we know that Disney has money. To sponsor a paintball team will cost them what? A couple $1,000, several $1,000.
Well, it's in the grand scheme of things. So again, this is something that we talked about. The amount of money that we'll use Disney as an example. The amount of money that Disney as a corporation makes is, it's more than I can imagine. Anyway, yeah, it's ridiculous. The money that it would take for them to establish a team and set up an actual salary for the players to get paid. And we're talking about, say, $60,000 to $80,000 for say per year for 3 years, just as an example. Now, granted, 60 to 80K is not a lot of money in terms of income here in North America. I understand that, but these are just examples.
But it's also that income plus other sponsors and endorsements that they would get, which will, I'm sure you're on your way to saying that, will bring in all Nike, Adidas, all that stuff. And guess what?
Exactly.
Those people, but those players get paid even more money.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, players can sign endorsement deals and stuff like that, just like all the other professional sports. Absolutely. But more to the money that a company like Disney, a corporation like Disney, would have to use to put into a team, setting up salaries, the travel expenses, hotel expenses, all of these different things. If they were to actually structure the budget the way a lot of other professional sports teams are set up, it would be negligible. That they could do it at a loss and it wouldn't even matter. They literally could not make money off of the team and it still wouldn't matter because the amount of money they're spending is far less than they'll ever. They won't even notice it. This is like what's lost in their couch,
But what the big thing is that it's advertisement for them.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where it comes right back to that using that funnel model. It's back to that top of the funnel. Disney's your first outside, quote unquote, outside sponsor. They own ESPN. So we get paintball back on ESPN, even if it's, they're broadcasting at 1:00 in the morning, whatever. But they own ESPN. So paintball's back on ESPN. It's on a legitimate sports channel. But you said it yourself. Disney helps to bring, well, wait a minute. If Disney is willing to sink some money into, the sport, what's to stop, again, Netflix? And I know Netflix has been thrown around a lot because people were talking about, there were people walking around at World Cup wearing Netflix shirts and talking about it. So Netflix says, well, you know what? We don't want to miss out on this. This is a perfect opportunity for us to be able to get into that. So they do the same thing. And Netflix is another company that the amount of money that they would spend on setting up a paintball team, the budget for a paintball team, is negligible to what they make in a calendar year. They could do it at a loss and it still wouldn't matter.
Yeah, they produce garbage on their channels and lose money on that. What's the big deal of producing something for paintball and taking a loss on that? Hey, I'm just saying, Wednesday. I'm not going to say too much else, but all right.
but that even still opens the door for other slightly smaller like I mean I don't know if YouTube makes the same kind of money that say a Netflix or Disney or anything like that makes. But even I mean that would even open up the opportunity for YouTube. I mean, right across the front of a jersey, YouTube logo. I mean, it would be so much similar to almost
Like football. Oh, I'm sorry,
soccer.
soccer teams. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let
exactly.
me say
I
it
mean,
right for all of our
right
American
across the front of the
viewers.
jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing that going back to that conversation that you and I had was we were talked about the person we were speaking with said one of the other big problems with at least with the NXL right now is it's being run by former players. And not to take anything away from them, but not all of them are very intelligent. he said they're stupid. Our source said they're stupid. I'm not saying they're stupid, but part of the problem is they're looking at things from a player's perspective.
Yeah.
Now, when you compare it to, and I'll use American football as a perfect example, the governing body of the NFL are the individual owners of the teams. And these guys obviously have more money than they know what to do with. So they're not limited to what they can do with the sport. They don't have things with their team, I should say. They don't have things like salary caps like you see in the NHL. They don't have, I mean, it's up to them to make sure that they have a stadium to play in. It's up to them to make sure that they've got, money for a training facility and money for
And basically just anything.
Yeah, exactly. For travel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on the individual owners. So it behooves them to make sure that the league is running properly. And so they are the board of governors.
Yep.
But the thing is all of the guys who own, the majority of the guys who own football teams, maybe baseball as well. I don't know as much about baseball, so somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But
even everybody, and when it comes to the major league, I guess, well, let's just say the professional leagues out there, they are owned by people that have degrees and all this other stuff and all this kind of money.
They're businessmen.
They're businessmen. That's what they are. They know that they see that it's a business. It's got to be run by a business. Let the coaches run the teams, the actual players and on the field, while the businessmen handle everything else. And that's kind of, I hate to say it, but it's kind of how it should be, even with paintball, if they want to see growth. If you get a business person in there, a legit person who's all like, you know what, this could make money, but let's do it this way, then we might see this thing change. So we're both, me and Dennis are, along with our source, we were all on the same page. And I told Dennis as we walked away from it and as I was looking around the event that we were at, I started hearing the wonderful sound of carnival around me. And it's like, don't let the carnies run the carnival.
Yeah,
exactly. Guess what you're gonna get? Nothing good. But we got somebody new on here.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that gentleman, who they are. So I didn't want to say anything about it.
I want to say something because it's like, is that
it's cool though?
Asian?
I like
paintball. I mean, I'm just saying, guys. It's pronounced Asian paintball. I don't want to, cool. I don't know who you are, but hey, welcome. I just want to, acknowledge you. Fire. Yeah, we are on fire. Yeah. Yes. Except I'm feeling like I'm freezing.
Yeah. The other thing that that our source, again, we don't want to necessarily start throwing names out there because we don't want to. But the other thing was, kind of going back to the whole thing of Disney. So World Cup is literally in Walt Disney World's front yard, basically. And the traffic on that main road driving past the venue where World Cup is being held, you see, say 1 million cars drive that road every day. If there was any proper signage that just said, hey, look, not even flashy stuff. If there was a sign that said, hey, look, there's a paintball tournament over there, come check it out. Even if only a tenth of those million cars drove in and went and looked at it, imagine the impact that would have for the sport, because you've got new eyes looking at something. You've got people going out and oh, what is this? And becoming interested and potentially, again, growing the sport.
Yeah. Well, and that took us, when we were talking, it took us back to Huntington Beach. And it was said, you're literally dropping a cookie in the middle of a line of ants, and of course they're going to go to it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? But when you think about it, and this is something that, speaking from experience, because the last time I actually went to World Cup, which was a long time ago, long time ago, which, you know, Lupe wants to still rub in that he's been to more World Cups than I have. There was no signage for it, and it was out. That was actually at the ESPN zone back then. Yeah, but with Huntington Beach, and again, like I said, I'm speaking from experience because we worked with Sean Walker on the MPPL doing the ad campaigns for, I think it was 2007, 2008.
2008. And we played our last. The last year we played was 2007.
Okay, so the 2008 campaign, we made all the banners, we made all the posters. So everything that you saw, it was done by Sunday Clothing.
Yeah.
And when you were driving to Huntington Beach before the event, banners across the top.
Yeah, there were huge banners going across Pacific Coast Highway, said MPPL Super 7 Series, Huntington Beach, you know, yeah.
Yeah, even driving down the 55 freeway, I remember seeing like semi-trucks with giant banners across, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So there was a lot of advertisement for it back then. And right now it's like, dude, just literally bite the bullet, pay the money, get this back into areas where it'll get foot traffic. Holy crap, we might actually start to see a legitimate sport again.
Well, and see, therein lies, you know, people are going to say, well, you know, it costs a lot of money to hold the event at these locations, and that's fair. That's fair.
It's
however,
fair,
but exactly, there's always a but.
Some are bigger than the others.
Well, you have to sometimes you have to spend money to make money.
Exactly.
And you know, a really good example, I hate to go back to it, but a really, really good example of people putting their money where their mouth is, Bunkerfest. You know, they're willing to invest in what needs to be done in order to make it enjoyable for the players, for the teams to want to be there. And
if you guys were watching us when we had Chris and Jeff on the show, Chris said himself, I'm not making anything off of this.
Yeah, he said he's not making anything.
He's like, I don't need to make anything off of it. I'm doing this for the players. I'm doing this for the refs. I'm doing this for you guys.
Yep.
Because I love the sport that much, and I want you guys to have an enjoyable event that if I break even, great. If I don't, it is what it is. But at least I know that I'm going to hear people talking about this for the next year and the year after that. And that's what's going on. And who's got a comment? I saw something pop up. I'm looking for something else. Sorry.
Nick is laughing. So I think maybe
about the butts.
The other thing, and this will be my last point that I want to bring up for this portion of the show. The other thing is that the individual we were talking with about kind of the state of affairs right now is the whole situation with the refs. You know, I mean, Dan Perez, head ref of NXL, walked away. The pro refs gone. They really need to, you know, the NXL needs to address this. And the person in question that we were talking with said, one of the best things that could ever happen for at least on the professional, for the national circuit, is if the referees, for lack of a better term, unionize. And it's not so much unionize, but at least become an independent body of the NXL, or from the NXL, I should say. They should be able, they should try and band together, come up with their own, format to be able to train these referees and get them to such a level where then they can approach the powers that be, NXL, for an example, and say, well, we're, certified, we're professionally trained, we have, you know how good we are. Here's our contract. These are, this is, what we're asking for per event and things like that. I mean, at one point, Lupe said it once before, when he used to ref, he was given, a little half of a Subway sandwich, a bottle of water, a bag of chips, and a pat on the back. Some of these guys are getting paid $100 a day.
And they have to get themselves to the event.
Yeah, they're not paying. Yeah, they have to pay for their own travel. They have to pay for their own lodging and stuff like that. And then people wonder why the refs are unhappy. It's like,
yeah, so. It's ridiculous. But all right, you know what? I think we beat this horse into the ground for this episode.
Yeah.
So we are going to end this segment of and we're going to take a quick commercial break to and then we're going to come back and talk about our wonderful weekend, because and then we'll go into our fit tip. We do have a guest tonight. We're just waiting for him because I slacked. I feel bad, but I slacked on getting him a response, so he had to go and do something. But he will be on tonight, so we're just kind of also buying a little bit of time because we really want to introduce the person that's going to be coming on, and we were hoping to get both him and his brother on, but we only got one, which is cool. So anyways, enough of me babbling. Let's bring on the commercials from our wonderful sponsor. One of them was one of our sponsors. The other one was just because we like to do that. And then our other sponsor, I'm sorry if anybody from the company that we're supposed to be like repping sees what I'm drinking. I'm sorry. Anyways, here's the commercial. I don't know why that thing always does it. I get 5 seconds of it. It's actually 30 seconds. You know what? I don't care. I'm going to play it. See if it does, if it works.
Oh, God.
All right. Had to show some love for Chris and Jeff because that commercial never works, but I'm going to make some new ones because we got more people. Man, we had 4 people and all of a sudden we lost them.
Right.
They couldn't see this pretty face. All right. You know what? Let us do our fit tip of the week, and then we will talk about where we were this weekend and how we were freezing certain body parts off. But anyways, Coach Crane, what do you have for us this week?
This week's fit tip is to not forget your feet. I'm sure we've all heard the metaphor of a house built on the rock versus a house built on the sand. Well, as you can imagine, an overly cushioned shoe is actually more like putting your foundation on sand rather than rock. So to keep it simple, try not to wear overly cushioned shoes unless you are running multiple miles multiple times per week. try to actually be barefoot as much as possible, like when you're around the house. And anytime you are on your feet, try to keep your arches off the ground by actively grabbing the ground with your forefoot, as well as aligning the ankle perfectly vertical over the heel. Also be sure that you are evenly spreading your weight between the heel, the ball of your foot, and your toes. This is a really simple way to keep your feet strong and healthy, and I can promise the healthier your feet, the better you are going to play better paintball.
I feel like I played that one before.
No, we haven't played
No?
that one before. No.
Okay.
Although I will say that one hits really close to home for me, because yesterday when we left the event, I couldn't feel my feet.
Well, to be fair, it was freaking, like ball freezing degrees yesterday. And I don't mean paint balls. I mean things between our legs. It was cold yesterday.
Yeah, it was really
Real
cold.
cold.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Oh my God. I hate the cold. No.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys saw any of our live. We went live on Instagram throughout the day, and it was raining here in Southern California yesterday.
Yeah.
Which
Miserable
wouldn't have
rain.
been so bad had the wind not picked up, and it was freezing cold.
Dude, it was bad. It was just really bad. I'm telling you guys. So just so you guys know, yesterday we went out to Lynn Trung's charity event, which she puts on, and this like every year for the last 10 years.
10 years,
And it was at ASG. And if you guys live in SoCal, you know that we got hit with a cold storm that came through. It's still a little bit rainy over here, but it's not too bad. And then, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it was just
Eugene's puddles. Yeah.
oh
Unless you're talking about the swimming pool that Sean Takedas was sitting in.
my God, it was a literal swimming pool that Sean had to stand in. So it's a great event that she puts on every year, and it's been growing and growing. And I was really happy that I actually got to get out to this event this year, because Dennis went out last year, and of course last year when he went, the weather was perfect, right?
Well, not perfect. It was chilly in the morning, but it wasn't raining.
It wasn't raining. Yeah, it wasn't raining like it was. I mean, this time it was freaking just. It was bad.
Yeah.
When you see players in full on like
There were players out there wearing trash bags.
Yeah, trash bags. But there was guys in like the full on like yellow rain suits.
Oh yeah. There was like a bunch of guys out there running around. They look like Gorton fishermen.
Yeah, I got one of the pictures right here. I'm going to send this to my phone.
Which reminds me, we need to upload some more of the stills that we took.
I didn't take too many stills. I was too busy freezing.
Oh, I thought
I'm sorry.
You got some. So.
But this is. Let's see how much. Oh, it's like nothing. All right, so cool. So let me share this with you guys. Let's show you guys what we're seeing out there, which is like, holy crap! All right. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, where'd it go? Nope.
I don't know.
Their screen.
Professionals,
Nope.
guys. Professionals.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Nope, that's not it either. Where do you go? Where'd he go? Where'd who go?
Where'd who go?
Oh, I love that scene in Top Gun. Shoot, I can't find it now. I'd have to upload it. All right, you know what? No, if I upload it, we're going to end up losing you won't hear us. I got to find another stream service. Anyways, it was raining. It was cold. We saw Gordon Fisherman out there and his crew playing paintball. But but it was actually a lot of fun still. We still, despite us freezing,
Yeah.
You know, it was still a great event. Dennis, Dennis has, you know, buddies that are actually, I totally forgot about Sean, but it had been such a long time since I seen him. But made a connection again with Sean from Time to Paintball, and his shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, he was seriously cool, awesome dude. He used to take care of us back in the day when we were playing for Keebler, and I would always go in to go get our paint and stuff like that. But he like was gracious enough to allow us to go into his tent, set up our stuff there, and kind of plop ourselves. Yeah, get out of the rain because it was horrible. It was bad.
And so they had like a hybrid tent. So it was Time to Paintball, Contract Killer, CK Paintball, Estilo, and Defy Paint. They all kind of like, I mean, they're all buddies and they all know each other. So they had a big kind of a group tent. And yeah, I mean, like Eugene said, you know, Sean was super cool. Let us put our stuff back there, kind of get out of the rain, and we were hanging out. And
dude, okay. First of all, let's just say I was starving. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there, and I just made a comment about this grill. It was a sick little grill that they had there. I was like, dude, I got to get one of those. And then Sean looks up and he's all like, do you guys want food? These dudes know how to do paintball. Okay. They were like cooking it up. I mean, I should have taken pictures of that food. That was more interesting than what was going on outside.
Play the videos from our Instagram.
Okay. But oh my God, the food, the smells just like, oh, I was like, oh man, I was so hungry. My mouth was watering, and Sean's like, we're not going to torture you guys. Get some food.
He was like,
he didn't have to say it twice. I was like already on the food. Dennis was all like, well, no, I was there. I was like, I'm going for it, man. I was hungry.
Yeah. They made pancit, which is it's a Filipino. It's like noodles with it's hard to describe. It's very good though. Steamed rice. They had kalbi short ribs, Korean barbecue short ribs. They had carne asada that was super good, and it was literally like the carne asada was like falling apart.
It was so good.
Chicken. They had like this really good like almost like an El Pastor chicken. It was super good. And then they had shrimp that was like had been sauteed with like big chunks of potato and oh man,
so good.
Yeah. So good.
It was so good, but oh my! I'm trying to find the video because I don't think everybody wants to see a close up of my face. There we go. This was us in the tent with these, dude. It was funny because like these guys were talking about how, like I was listening to them talk and they were like, you know what? No matter what, we know how to shift to the right. And they adapt. And they were just like,
Chris Corsino, he goes, I don't know what we're doing out here, but we're not playing paintball.
Yeah. He's like, we're not geared up. We're going to eat. They were, it was so good. Like, Lynn, you did great with the event. The raffle was awesome. I wanted stupid vests. I was a little bummed about that. I wanted something bigger, but me and Dennis got in on the raffle. We thought, oh man, there's like nobody inside of this thing, the little turn thing that they had. We're like, man, we got a good chance. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We should have waited till like right before the raffle because that's when everybody came in and just started buying up tickets and all their tickets were piled up on top of ours. And yeah.
Yeah, we should have got some of those pink tickets. We were stuck with the little white tickets.
Seriously, I was like, oh, that sucks. But dude, we still, and it goes for something that we've talked about in the past with everybody that's in paintball, despite it being run by carnies and a big time carnival atmosphere, colorful people, colorful. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yes. Yeah.
But paintballers know how to adapt, and we kind of do shift to the right if no matter what. It's like, and also because this sport costs so much money, we are actually, hey, what's going on? We got Charm
Hey,
City in the house. Mike. Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, and I think he disappeared. We have
he
4.
didn't.
We're out. No, he's still here.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. But here we go. So this is what I'm talking about, dude. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Even right now, I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, he's there. Mike's still there. Cool. But look at that. Look at that food. Dude, I'm starving. I'm like, and this is how,
Right?
That was a grill. I want that grill. And then he's all like, yeah, there's more food over there. And
There's Chris Corsino right there.
Chris,
He's
TK.
like, I don't know what we're doing, but we're not playing paintball.
Exactly. That was exactly what he said. And look at Dennis shivering. It was cold, dude. There was no doubt about it. And I go over and there's I think that's Chris's daughter right there.
Yeah, those are
Look at the
Chris's
food.
daughters right there.
Yeah, but I go over to the food. Guys, it was a great event, but all I could talk about is the food because look at this food. Oh man, I wish I had some of that right now.
Look at that. That's the shrimp and stuff right there. There's the carne asada and the pancit. There's steamed rice.
All the guys.
Oh, man.
That was like the best part about this weekend.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you.
Oh man, it was so good. It was so good. So, but Lynn, you did a great job regardless. It was good regardless. We didn't get out on the field. I couldn't risk. I was running my. It was. Asian paintball. I hate saying just Asian paintball, but that's screening. What's your name, buddy? I'd like to. I'll call you by your name, but it was good. That Ponzi. Oh, it was so good. Like.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, and Sean was telling us the whole time. He's like, we always make too much food, so it's not like it's eat.
Dude,
it was very cool. It was very cool.
It was a lot of fun. But I didn't get out on the field because I was running just my phone, because if something happened to my phone, whatever, I get it replaced. But if something happened to my camera, which while we were out there, I don't know if you guys out there know who Gary Baum of Paintball Photography. He comes out the field. Yeah, love the guy. Known him for a while now, and he's always fun to talk to and stuff. But he was out there, and he comes off the field, and he's all like, "My camera doesn't work." It's like,
oh God, I forgot about that.
It's like, what? Yeah, my camera. And he was just telling us, like, before he got onto the field, that he had gotten water into his waterproof camera. And Canning was like, "Hey, so yeah, this camera's waterproof." Oh, really? But what did you say right now? And they're all, well, the camera's got water inside. How did that happen?
Yeah, exactly. He was like, "My camera's not working. It's supposed to be waterproof." Well, it is waterproof. So what's wrong with the camera? It's got water in it.
So
repeat back to what you just said.
Yeah, but Gary came off the field and he was like, "So my camera's not working." Well, he's all, sometimes this happens, but it's like, we're talking, it's a downpour. Every so often, just when I thought that I'm going to pull out my camera, get out on the field, get a few video, all of a sudden the rain just starts again coming down. It was just rain. So I used the phone and I just did some live stuff. We got criticized because they're like, "All we've seen you do is just in this tent or just walking up and down the roll." Yeah, because it's raining.
Yeah.
So I'm already miserable. Not going to go out on the field. I'm sorry. Guys, if it was a big event like NXL, of course, obviously I'm going to get out there. But again, I need to protect my equipment because let's just face it, I don't have all the money in the world. And just so you guys know, this weekend wasn't just interesting because we had an event that we went to and it was cold, it was raining. I had my car stolen. I had a bunch of gear, which I'm like literally, not because I'm, didn't have time to set up equipment. I'm running bare bones because I was lucky that I kept my backpack, which is something that I sometimes do leave in the car, but I took it down and have my camera bag and my backpack with me. So I'm back down to bare bones, like barely anything, and it sucks. But yeah, I had my car stolen. So if I messed up my camera this weekend, that would have been just the icing on top of the cake, and I would have been pissed. And I wouldn't have been able to replace it because the camera body alone that I have, that's a $1,000 camera body.
Yeah.
Can't afford to replace that. So got to protect it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you can't risk it.
Yeah. So, but I'm not trying to give you guys a sob story because I'm poor and I can't replace, and I don't even know what the outcome of my car is or anything. And I don't want to say that we can't afford it, but yeah, it sucks that. But seriously, no, it was a fun weekend, despite all that happened. And you know what? I hope Amazon doesn't hear this, but thank you, Amazon, for sending me 2 DD wireless pocket microphones. I'm really excited. So if you guys don't know anything, even despite the car being stolen and stuff like that, I did buy a couple of things because I had a little extra cash. Not much, but I had some. I got this pocket wireless system by Deity. And here's my shameless plug for them. They're not paying us anything. They didn't give it to us free. I actually had to pay for this. I bought it from Amazon. But if you guys want to use equipment or get some wireless mics for whether it's to connect to your camera, to connect to your computer, connect to your phone, go Deity. Yes, Rhodes is out there, but Deity is a little cheaper, but their quality is just as awesome. The video that I got of Dennis interviewing Lynn was literally right by a freaking speaker that was blowing out my eardrum. And I could hear both.
We were sitting right next to a DJ booth. Yeah.
It was clear as day that I could hear just them. I don't hear I barely heard the background noise. So Deity is the way to go, guys. It's freaking amazing. And Amazon is the place to buy your stuff because if they mess up, they will send you out a new one. And so the mix-up was I got a hair extension.
Sometimes another new one.
Yeah. I got a hair extension instead of my wireless mic. And they said, oh, yeah, it was delivered. And I was like, no, I got a hair extension. I didn't order hair extensions. I ordered a microphone. I made such a big stink that the next day, all of a sudden the right package showed up. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Towards the end of the day, another piece that was part of that same package arrived. And I was like, oh, they're going to replace everything again. So I ended up with 2 of those, which is awesome. So, yay. But anyways, that's my story for now. I'm glad that I was able to share that.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Exactly. So still waiting for our guests. I know we're going to probably run a little later than normal because we really want to have this guy on. We want to talk about their stuff. Granted, hey, CK guys, if you guys forgot who they were, remember who they are because their stuff is pretty awesome. I really, and plus those guys are seriously cool dudes. Chris is awesome.
They were very gracious in letting us hang out and they, like I say, they fed us. It was very, very cool. But CK Paintball, CK Fight Life, Chris Corsino does, all sorts of stuff, custom soft goods, pants, jerseys, packs, things like that for paintball. He also makes jiu-jitsu uniforms. He does like Muay Thai, custom Muay Thai, shorts, things like that. So he's got a whole lineup of stuff. He's got some sick laser engraved designs as well. I don't know if you've seen some of the guns that are on his stuff.
You know what? I'm actually jumping on. I just jumped onto his site right now so I can see everything, and I got to sneeze. Hold on. It's coming. Oh.
Oh, there went everybody.
Okay. There we go.
Rip.
It's out.
Headphone user.
Yeah, contract kill. seriously awesome. Really, Mike. So I'm gonna share this with you guys since we're still waiting. Bam! There we go. Look at that stuff. That is freaking sick.
Yeah, look how it's just, isn't it? It looks so good.
Oh my god, look at that.
Yeah, he has a really nice on the Instagram, the laser engrave on that Field 1 Force. Oh, dude, it looks so good. And I'm not even that big of a fan of the Field. Like the Field 1, it's a nice gun, but it looks so sick.
Yeah, but their jerseys the designs they have on their jerseys are pretty cool. So I had to, when I was out there, I had to do this because if you guys know me, then you'll know that I'm huge on. I mean, look at that. Boba Fett, Holmes. It's a freaking amazing, and I got it at a great deal, which I was seriously excited about. I was like, "What? That's it?" So I bought it. I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm gonna buy this." It's a great jersey, amazing. I mean, look at these things, man. They do have some really good designs on their stuff. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna definitely lean towards us wanting to do more with Chris because his stuff is amazing, and he's a cool dude. So, anyways, yeah. Oh, what else we got? What's going on over here? Invert Mini, yeah. It was. Those things were pretty cool. So, and then hey, Mike, since we got you kind of in the comments and you're watching me right now, Mike, I will be calling you soon. I promise.
Gene, did you see what Mike just sent us? He just texted us.
Texted us?
Yeah, he sent us a mass text.
Oh, here we go. Here it is. Oh. Dang, what does he got? What is this?
Mike, is this old stuff or is this something that they're still offering?
Oh, it's old, he said.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Dang. You still have this. That's funny. That's awesome. But Mike, I will be in contact. Me and Dennis did a lot of talking while we were driving and trying to warm up. And 2097? I was gonna say, damn, dude, he's from the future. Check it out. But yeah, we're talking about wanting to expand. And I think you know what that means. So we're going to talk. We got to talk. We need to do something. Because this carnival that we're a part of, we don't want to become, what's the term, Dennis? What was that term? That we heard? The term that was used?
Oh, LWAP. Life without parole.
If you guys don't know what LWAP is, look it up, and definitely that's what we're starting to feel. And it seems like when you get into the paintball industry, if you start to get into like more than just player, you are going to become an LWAP. You don't want to be that.
Yeah,
Run.
you get sucked in and you can never leave.
Yeah, so we don't want to do that. But anyways, enough of that. Oh man, my nose. It's cold in this building that I'm in. I turned on the heater.
See that, Mike? You see that?
Look at that. Dude, I turned on the heater in this building and the temperature went down. I was like, what the hell? It's supposed to be heating up. It didn't heat up. It was cold. Still cold. So, I don't know how much longer. I mean, we're waiting. We're waiting for anybody got anything to say? Anybody had any other interesting things happen this weekend? You know?
Well, actually, I'd love to, I know it's hard for Mike to be able to type stuff, But I'm dying to find out how Mike just went to an event.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
he was there both as a vendor and playing. I'd love to hear how the event went.
If you want to come on, Mike, for a few minutes, you could.
Yeah, I want to jump
Play
on.
the 10-man tournament this weekend. Okay. Because we still, like I said, we're still waiting on our guests to come on. And yeah. Won another tournament. Sweet. AC Kids. Nice.
As if that's a big shocker, Lupe. Come on now.
You're not telling us anything new, Lupe. Yeah, Lupe, you've been quiet this episode. I'm feeling neglected. I'm feeling like no love. Oh God, I probably shouldn't have said that. I just probably opened up the floodgates for him.
Gene.
Yeah.
Gene, check the text. Check the text. Mike just texted us.
Okay.
The phone.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
Lupe's getting that Jerry Orbach in.
Wow.
Oh, look at Dwayne. Dwayne's talking some trash.
Oh shoot. All right. Mike, I'm sending you the link right now. And Lupe, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your Law and Order. It's only been on for like 50 years. And, you probably catch it. So I checked the text. I checked it. I looked at it. Sorry. I don't know what it is with my phone, but like it doesn't vibrate. When
it's because you have an iPhone.
Hey, this iPhone produced a freaking amazing footage from this weekend. You saw how amazing. Oh, it looked.
But I'm still Android for life. So
3-1 wasn't a walk, but it was a fast stroll. Damn. Jeez, it's on. Oh, I should just sit back and watch the comments. Start posting them up back and forth, see what they do. Oh, okay. I'm all drooling and everything. So, as we wait for Mike to come on to talk about the event, which is cool. I want to see Haley's first tournament since Cup.
Did she? But she actually played this one though, right?
Juggernauts. Hey, Mike, I sent you the message. Hey, really quick, I want to go back to a comment here. This is a great comment right here. Really quick before we show Lupez. Nope, not that one. Should have probably elaborated a little bit more on that one. All right, sorry. Go Jugs. So she did play. Who she play with? She played with AC Kids, or because that's what
AC Kids. Yeah, she played with AC Kids.
Oh,
but Mike's having some issues.
What's the issues? What are his issues? Did he not?
I don't know.
I sent the message over to you, Mike. You should just be able to click on the link inside the email. Yeah, I'm having fun just watching these comments between Facebook and YouTube. Tell him, Dwayne. Tell him,
Oh
eh?
my God! Like Lupe and Dwayne just. Yeah.
Tell him, eh? Tell him how it is. This is an interesting, episode because we're just kind of really just going on about whatever. We don't really. We're down to our last 3 for the year. We're gonna hit 28 by the time we're done, which is awesome. Which is 4 more than
No,
the.
we've got to go.
There's
We
Mike.
got to go back through and look. You still got all the episodes numbered the wrong way.
No, I fixed it. Okay, we're gonna bring in Mike because I know he's taking time out of what he's doing. So here he is.
I was looking at it before we came on. You didn't fix it.
Oh, Mike, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Oh yeah, I was checking in my messages and stuff, and that's why I was like, where is it? I can't find it, but you emailed it to me, and I just didn't check that. So that's me.
Well, welcome back onto the show, Mike.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. It's good to see you guys again.
Good to see you too. So, how was that tournament? It was you said it was 10-man, right?
Yeah, it was 10-man. It was the
getting a little bushy
MVPS.
up there, man.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even comb my hair. Just came on with you guys to see what's up. So that's what it is. Maybe I'll do a little bit of this action or something.
Well, you're gonna give him a complex, Dennis.
Oh, who cares, man? Paintball stuff.
So 10-man tournament.
No. He knows I love him.
Yeah, the tournament, I got there a little late on Saturday. I got delayed with some traffic, so I ended up missing the first couple points, but it seemed like everything was running good. The weather was kind of nice. It was cool out in the morning. Everybody's having a good time. So Saturday just kind of ran pretty smoothly, and then Sunday I played. Didn't have my best playing time. Did a couple of dumb things, but all in all, it was a good event. I think Far Side and All A's were in it for the finals, and honestly, I think All A's won it. There was came down to a tie, and I think maybe All A's won it due to something with the rules. So I'm not 100% sure about that. I left before it was completely over. So, but it was good, man. Everybody's in good spirits. It's great. The Tiki's, the paintball park that the event is at, that's a great place for a tournament. It's got a ton of parking. They cook food and everything there. It's the facilities are set up really good, air stations everywhere, and the fields are awesome. And they have legit 10-man fields. So that's really, really cool.
It's funny because that you mentioned that, that field was really cool and the way it was set up. That was something that we were talking to somebody yesterday while we were at ASG, which ASG was a premier when it was first put together. It was supposed to be a premier spot for tournament players to go and play on their fields because they were going to have all the air ball and everything. But the person we were talking to was when you leave California, go to these other states and go to their fields. They're 100 times better than what we've got over here in California. And back in the early days of paintball and as speedball was starting to build up, we were the mecca when it came to paintball.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're kind of no longer that. And we're starting to see these fields in other states that are starting to get bigger and better than what we have. And for you to say that, it's kind of a testament to what we just heard.
Yeah, well, my friend Dustin is he's the owner of a place in St. Louis called Good Game Sports Park. And I swear by the time he's done, he's going to have the biggest, best paintball park in all of the United States, maybe even in the world. The way he's designing, he's got all the property in the world to build with, and he's already got a ton of fields set up, 10-man fields, airball fields, scenario fields. He's got stuff for airsoft guys. He's doing fields that are built off of the layout of video games for gamers. So he'll have a Halo themed field and just other kind of stuff like that. I mean, he's taken it to the next level. He built a 40-foot tall castle out of something 22 or what do they call them? Those steel
connexes,
almost like a train car. Yeah. and he's got 4 towers on the corners and everything. If you go to the Instagram or whatever, you can see it, but it's GG Sports Park, and he's just taken it to another level. So pretty soon that place is going to be top notch, and that's going to be a destination visit for sure.
But then again, it's not in the state of California.
Mm-mm.
And that's just showing that the guys that are over here with their fields, they're lacking. They're slacking and lacking. And it sucks. It really sucks. Because, yeah.
Well, I think probably Paintball Fit was one of the most recent big fields that really started to be known as one of the best facilities in Texas, because pro teams play there, tons of teams practice there. There's NXL events in Texas. I mean, it's like a really cool setup there. So, I think it's time for California to start, maybe step it up a bit if that's the case, because these places are getting really nice, man.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's going to take and it was something that I mentioned yesterday that you would think that like during the COVID time when a lot of these fields shut down, Level Up Sports Paintball Park in Ohio. I'm sure that's another one that's, I guess, trying to build up.
Yeah, but Level Up, they've got one of the new Pro NXL teams. So they're solid. I've heard that one's really nice too. I haven't been there, but a bunch of guys on the team practice there.
But you would think that during that time when COVID kind of shut everything down, that these guys would have rethought, okay, how can we come back? Because we're going to have to make our money back for what we lost. And how can we make things better? Because the moment people were allowed to go back on the fields, these fields were making money because it was a sport, or it was a thing that these people were able to do, because we had to stay 6 feet away anyways. We wore masks, and there was starting to become another resurgence of the sport because of that. It was outdoors, you were able to do it. But none of these fields kind of, especially here in California, saw that and said, you know what, we're going to fix everything up during this time because we want to keep these people coming. And,
well, I mean, maybe you answered a part of your own question there too, because while California was locked down, Texas and Florida are open, and we're still playing paintball. And these facilities are getting bigger, and they're still holding tournaments. And California is shut down while we're still rocking and rolling. So maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, that probably did have a lot to do with it, but still, it's like, God, these guys could. We had SC Village, which was a premier paintball park in the day. And the last time me and Dennis went to it, it was just, I tripped over cement literally was like this. And I tripped over it because it's like, dude, seriously? You guys got to knock this out and fix this up, because then it can be back to what it was prior. Oh, we just lost Dennis.
Oh.
His internet connection's always bad. Oh, wait, there he is again. So, there he is. Dennis, good to have you back.
Hey,
you guys hear me okay?
Now I'm the co-host and Dennis is the guest.
Dennis, you're the guest. Welcome. We'd like to welcome Dennis to our show. But
it's funny.
Mike, I'm glad, it was nice to have you on again. It's been a while. Yeah. And like I said earlier, you and me, we've got to talk. Because Dennis was telling me what you guys were talking about. And there he goes again. He's gone.
No, I'm still here. Oh,
okay.
I had to switch over to my phone. I'm just trying to get it figured out.
Okay. But we do want, we want to branch out.
Yeah, we'll talk. Just hit me up, man.
So definitely. So yeah, I'm gonna hit you up, and I don't want to take up too much of your time because I know you got a lot of headbands. You gotta do.
I'll hang for as long as you want until your other guest pops in, or whatever you need. It's totally cool, man. You got stuff to do too.
Well, and say, this is a perfect opportunity. Eugene was talking about it earlier. I had mentioned the last time you and I were talking on the phone. I'd love to be able to reach out to some of the guys that you had mentioned, in terms of, doing, getting somebody like the MMA guys and expanding into the skateboarding and stuff like that. And I mean, if we could pick your brain and I mean, that'd be amazing for us.
Yeah, I'd be totally. You guys are friends, man. Anything. Let's just talk. 100%.
So what do you got going on right now, Mike? Are you working on some new headband designs or?
Actually, tonight I just did a headband drop right before I came on with you guys. So I've got a bunch of. Let's see. I'm not going to be able to see this. So you have to tell me if it's in frame or not. But I got a bunch of stuff that I just finished recently. These are just individual headbands.
Oh, nice.
And got an American flag band here.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
And some of this new pattern stuff that I really like it because it's very bold, the gold with the black and gray. And then I've got a whole bunch of new stuff like this happening too. So
working on the head wraps. That's right.
Yeah. So that's probably the biggest stuff I got going right now is just getting stocked up for Christmas, just making sure I have things available for people.
Nice.
And keep it moving,
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are out there and you guys don't know who Mike is, Mike has Charm City Paintball, which he does headbands, and his stuff is not like your typical stuff that's out there. Honestly, Mike is an artist with his headbands. When you see them, that's like, it's literally a piece of art, especially the way he makes them and the different fabrics that are combined to make those headbands. They're awesome. I really like them.
Thanks, man.
So, but yeah, there's not much else going on, man. I mean, we're almost to the end of the year, and you like you said, you're getting ready for Christmas to get that stuff up to sell. Although there's that one.
Nice.
There's one, Dennis. Yeah. He showed me a picture of that, and I was all like, "Oh my god, that thing is freaking amazing looking."
Wait until you see the other one that he's working on for me. That one's gonna be even more sick.
I got something in the works for you too, Eugene, but I'm not even going to tell you anything about it. I just want you to be completely surprised. So.
Oh yeah. No, you cannot surprise. You cannot ruin it for him, Mike. He's gonna be so stoked.
Which means you can't ruin it for him either.
No. It's
Got it. Yeah.
Great.
So
I gotta wait. I hate waiting.
Especially the things we do.
right.
So how cold was it when I saw yesterday, I just got home like yesterday evening, and I got a notification that you guys were live at some point, and I clicked on it and I was like, okay, everybody's bundled up there. How cold was it? I heard you say it was cold.
It was I think it was
it was in the 40s, like the upper 40s, low 50s.
No, it said that it was like 51, but it feels like 47. But that was when we were driving out to the event.
Oh no, once we got there, I think it was worse.
Yeah. It dropped down to probably about, I think it was like 43.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
Which rough. I know a lot of people are gonna like, oh, what are you complaining about? That's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Stop being a baby.
No, when you add in the rain coming down, the wind blowing, and you're just standing in a puddle, it's freaking cold. I was hating life.
Yeah, wet and cold is not a good combination.
No, it's not. It's so bad, dude. Oh man, I hate it. And Dwayne says that. Oh, let's throw that up there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the ability to put stuff up on the screen, Gene.
Oh,
Sorry.
man, now so that means I got to do double duty. I'm not.
You got to do it all. That's right.
Jeez. So Dwayne said that you made him a custom headband, and it was freaking awesome.
Oh yeah, man.
Sweet. And then Lupus says 43 down here. They close the schools.
That's how it should be, probably.
It should be. I mean, nobody should be outside. So the week before we took off to this event, I was out at Fort Irwin. Fort Irwin is on the way out to Las Vegas in the middle of nowhere. It sucks out there. I was out there in the field for 4 days, and it dropped down to, I think it was down to like 40, 40 degrees. And let's just say that the standard issue stuff that is given to me, it doesn't keep you warm. It sucks. The Army doesn't know how to keep their soldiers warm. It all sucks. It was cold. And then they had this bright idea. Hey, we're going to go on a ruck march for 6 miles. You guys
Nobody knows what that means.
I'm sorry. You have to go on a hike for 6 miles. And, but you guys cannot put on any of your, what we call cold weather gear, because obviously you're going to be sweating your balls off as you're going on this hike. And we don't want you to become what they call a heat casualty, because you can become a heat casualty during the cold. And they also don't want you to become a cold casualty. So a bunch of oxymorons, anyways.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm sorry. Enough of my ranting about that stuff.
No.
I can go on forever.
I just thought it was interesting too. By the way, the thing I had sent you guys, the Contract Killer laser program, man, this shows how old it is. It's before anything was done online. These were order forms that you had to manually fill out and pick which laser design you wanted on your marker and send it in with your marker. It's got the whole order form on in the back. I picked this up at a tournament, like at one of the NPPL tournaments a long time ago, and I found this with my just a whole bunch of paintball stuff I went through. Actually, Eugene, Dennis told me that you had even done like the graphic design stuff for the NPPL back with like Huntington Beach and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I still have those flyers. I still have the parking passes and the flyers from NPPL Huntington Beach from like 06, I think. And this was in my box with that stuff, so I just thought it was funny you were going to have them on. And I was like, dude, I remember when they were the only game in town for any laser engraving,
Yeah. Oh,
so,
yeah. Dude, seeing that takes me way back. That's
yeah,
crazy.
I was trying to see if this had a date on it. It definitely has their address and phone number and everything. And the prices are crazy. You could laser the body and the frame of your gun for $150.
What the
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane. Like that price is insane.
Yeah, and you could do your whole barrel for $30. So
that's
lettering
nuts.
and so this is old, man. This is like a really old price list.
Old.
But I just thought it was really kind of interesting, to see it again, and
cool.
especially with you guys gonna have him on. So
yeah, well, I mean, I hate to.
Well, at some point.
Yeah, we're gonna have those guys on, but I was sorry, I'm reading something else. Also, I think I'm gonna have to tell our guests, hey, you know what? Let's reschedule for next week, because we're gonna hit the hour-and-a-half mark.
Well, but those poor guys also. Like, I mean, they not that driving from Paris to Sacramento is a real bad drive, but that's what 8 hours.
It's an 8
hour. So
it's
an 8 hour drive in the wet weather. Those guys were tired. So no, I agree. I think let them rest up today, and we can always get it set up. Besides, Mike was gracious enough to come in and help not bore our viewers to death.
Because I'm sure they're bored of us. I mean, we've already lost 2 viewers. They're like, we're tired of these guys.
It's funny.
But
it happens sometimes. What do you do?
Yeah,
exactly.
We just do like what we did this weekend. We shift to the right and adapt and keep going forward, and that's what we're doing.
That's it. You guys got any plans? Any plans for the holidays? You traveling or anything, or anything special going on?
No travel for me, mainly just because of the fact that now so between the beginning of this month and probably mid-February is going to be that's like the hot season for me, because I'm going to be dealing with all of the dogs who ate Christmas food that they should be getting into the candy, cats eating poinsettias and tinsel off the tree. Man. Yeah, I'm getting ready to come into the really busy time of the year for us.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm
plus everybody adopting new dogs and cats. Getting their kids a dog for Christmas, that type of thing.
I didn't even think about that, but yep, sure enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna just stay home. I hate traveling during Christmas time. It's especially when I got such a long drive. It's the worst. Like right
Right.
before the holiday, ugh. And then the weather that we're having over here. Like I was lucky that I got over the grapevine before the rain really started coming down and the temperatures really dropped because it never fails. But the grapevine always freezes over
Oh,
Oh,
and they
all the
shut
time.
down. They'll shut it down. So that's one route. That's a direct route to come to my work. So I have to then take the long way around, go up the coast, and it
Go up
adds an
the
hour
highway
and a
one.
half. Yeah,
oh my God.
it sucks. And yesterday, or not yesterday, was it yesterday? God, I'm losing track of my days. This morning, when I was driving up here, CHP was starting to do their typical driving up, leading people up the grapevine. So I had
Yeah.
two CHPs up in front of me to slow us down because it was starting to rain and
Oh,
black ice can start to form. So yeah, it's just a mess. So I prefer to once I'm home for the holiday, I'm staying home.
that's
I'm
it.
not
Yeah,
going nowhere.
gotcha,
The hell with it. California
Yeah.
sucks when it comes to drivers. So what
man.
about you, Mike? What you got going on?
Right after Christmas, usually my wife and I go up to Kentucky to visit her aunt. So that's going to be what we do this year as well, a little family tradition. So yeah, heading to Kentucky, and it's usually cold as hell there. So it's nice though. Bring my dog; she loves it. So we have a good time. It's good to see
Which is
family.
weird. Which is weird to say because most people think Kentucky. Well, that's South. That's the South, and you say it's cold as hell in the South.
Yeah. Well, I'm in the real South. I'm down near Miami, so going up to Kentucky feels like I'm going to the North Pole sometimes.
Oh man, I wish we would have had like some Florida rain over where we were, like the Florida weather where it was raining and it was like humid, because that at
Oh
least I
yeah.
could handle. Just
It's I feel like it's easier to handle the heat than the cold for me. It could be 95 out. It's like, okay, I've got just like a tank top on. You're playing paintball even. It's like you just dump cold water on your head, whatever. But if it's
Yeah,
freezing
exactly.
cold, it's like you can't get warm. It's like your body doesn't function. I mean, mine doesn't. I don't deal well with the cold.
oh, I was Dennis will he'll agree or he'll God, I can't even talk right now because I'm cold. This room is actually
Yeah.
dropped down
So,
to 50
so
degrees.
Mike, have you seen Carbon's they call them the event gloves?
I don't think so.
Okay. So they look like the mechanics gloves where it's basically fit like a thin, and then it's just the palm and the fingers are rubberized.
Yeah, yeah, like the Gator grip gloves.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's basically what these are. And they sell them two pairs for $20. They're literally meant for like one-time use at an event. So Eugene goes, oh, I need to get some gloves. And that's literally the only vendor there that was selling gloves. That's all they had. So he
Yeah.
puts these on. He goes, these are crap, man. I got nothing. So he's trying to put both pairs on and they won't go on. I felt so bad.
Dude, it was so cold. I was so cold that I was like hunched over. My back was killing me by the end of the event because I was stiff. Like everything was stiffening up. I was like, this is not, I can't do this weather.
Yeah.
No.
And I'm walking around in my cleats, which have, I mean, there's no padding, there's no insulation. And I couldn't feel anything from about mid-foot forward.
Yep.
My instep forward, my feet were frozen.
Yeah. Especially the cleats with the hard bottoms. Forget it, man. Your foot, it's like the cold goes right through the
Oh,
soles of
Yeah.
your feet.
Yeah.
And if it was wet, forget it. Done.
Yeah.
Done
It was
deal.
terrible.
yeah, dude. It was just, I mean, it's nothing against Lynn and the event because it was a great event. They still had about 200 people out there, but it sucked that the weather was so bad. Like,
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it was the first ICPL 10-man event of this year that was in January, May. I think it was in January, and it was at Tiki's in Tampa, Florida, the same place we just played. We had like a super cold front that weekend, and it was like 30 degrees, 31 degrees in South Florida, and it was windy as shit, and the sun was down. Like it was a little like overcast.
yeah.
It was so cold. I had like leggings on, sweatpants on, and my paintball pants on. And I had like 2 shirts, a sweatshirt, and my jersey and a beanie. And like, dude, we were all still freezing. And it's like the minute you get off the field, we're all loading up with jackets and stuff. And even when the sun came out later in the day, I mean, it was definitely better. It was like 10 degrees warmer in the sun, but it was still like 45 and windy. So like it was just all our paintball clothes are like mesh and stuff, you know? So the
Yeah.
wind just cuts through the legs of your pants and all that. So that was like the coldest I ever played in. And it was kind of rough, man. I got to tell you, like, because you're
no
waiting in
doubt.
between games and you're just getting colder and colder. And then it's like, go perform, you know? Like, oh God.
It's God. Just listening to that, it's just like, yeah, nope.
I'd
If I have to
rather
put that many
yeah,
layers,
yeah.
I'm not going to be out there. I'm going to be like,
Bounces for days, man. Everybody was wearing like everything they had. Even the people from up north were like, oh my God, it's so cold here. I'm like, yeah, it was totally unexpected.
I just pictured a Christmas Story. Ralphie's little brother with that big old snowsuit.
Oh, the layers.
I can't put my arms down.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 100%, man. Everybody looked like that. Everybody looked like bulky. The jerseys are normally really baggy. They were like filled out, like they were stuffed with stuffing because it's like everybody's got sweatshirts on underneath and everything.
Oh man, that's funny. That's great.
And there's always the one guy walking around in shorts going, oh, this doesn't bother me a bit.
This is
You know,
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, there
my
was
legs
a
just don't
guy.
get cold.
Yeah, well, there was a guy out at this event where he was like in just a t-shirt and his paintball pants walking up, but you see him like this, like his arms were bulked out, and he's like, but you could tell in his face he's
He was
cold,
faking it. He was
but
faking
he was
it.
trying to be all like hard, and it's like, dude, no. I hope
Yeah.
you get hypothermia because you deserve it because you're dumb.
So silly, man.
Look at Eugene wishing ill on people he doesn't even know.
I don't know him, but yeah, he deserves it. Anyways, all right. You know what, Mike? We're gonna let you go because we're going to end this broadcast right now. But I
All right.
really appreciate having you on, and you know, Mike, you're always welcome to come on. If you got a new drop that you want to promote, by all means, let us know right before you drop, and you can come on the show and show off your new headbands and talk about it. And then we'll definitely put it up on our site too. And
Cool.
You guys, if you don't know about Mike, check out his stuff go on to Instagram. That's the best way to find him. It's Charm City Paintball.
Instagram and Facebook.
And Facebook. But you can definitely DM him and he'll start talking to you. He loves talking to everybody. So it's cool.
I mean, Mike, hands down, you are one of the chillest people we've ever met.
Oh, thanks, guys. That's cool.
Definitely.
Nice,
and plus your stuff is just like I said, they're like pieces of art. They're not, it's like there's headbands and then there's like Mike stuff, which is like a piece of art that you're going to get whenever you get his stuff. So definitely check him out. Hit him up if you want one of his headbands. Dwayne is a person that said they're freaking awesome. So if Dwayne said they're freaking awesome,
yep,
they're freaking awesome. So
that's great. Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. Have a
all
great
right,
night.
Mike, we'll catch you later. And I'll probably, if not tomorrow, the day after, but I definitely will be giving you a call.
Okay, Wednesday's probably better, honestly, because tomorrow is crazy, but Wednesday's great.
All right, then I'll give you a call on Wednesday, and we got to start brainstorming and talking and working on something for next year.
Okay, cool
All right,
beans.
cool.
Sounds
Mike,
good, guys.
see you later,
Take
man.
care, Mike. Thanks again.
Bye-bye.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
You just like cut him off.
I didn't mean to.
I know. I'm kidding.
Sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to do that, but well, hey, so our guest, I texted him and hit him up and told him, we'll set it up for next week. And he said, cool, I can set up my new TV. So I said, cool, awesome.
Yeah, that's perfect.
which is cool. I'm really excited to have him on. Maybe we can get him and his brother on, which would be cool.
Yeah, it'd be great. Absolutely.
Yeah, because their stuff was really cool.
Yeah, did you see the message? So they made a Gengar, but it went like super fast.
Yeah, I saw that, but like Rhea, she was all like, if they make a psychic Pokemon, I really want one. So she wants the pink psychic, not with Gengar. She was talking more like with Mewtwo, Mew, and who else is another one that falls into that category? I forgot
What,
who
like
else.
Slowpoke and Slow King?
Are there?
Those are psychic and they're pink. They're the pink,
Yeah.
the pink hippo looking guys.
Yeah. So she
Yeah.
was like, that she wants one of those. So I was like, well, that'd be cool. But just so you guys know, check it out. Go to, because I still want to, spread the word about them, because I do like their stuff. I liked a lot of the designs. So, bam, go to World War Paintball. I've been saving this.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, let me stand up.
Yeah. And these guys are awesome. I mean,
I'm wearing
we got to. That's awesome. Yeah, we were talking with them for a little bit. Haley's been sporting some of their stuff. Jess from Destiny is also, she's been with them for quite a while.
So,
but they're making a big name for themselves. Yeah,
they're coming up, and I like their stuff. So I got one of these also while I was there, because I thought this is the greatest. I love this, and also this particular one, I have a deck for an actual. Yes, I do play Pokemon, so whatever, I don't care. But I have a deck that has Blastoid in it, and it's one of my favorite decks to use, and I just wreck people with it. That's right. Just bam, you're done, son. So yeah, so I had to get it. I love it. It's a really cool design. It's a really great jersey. Also, the material is really good. So
yeah, they're very similar to like a dry fit.
Yeah. So if you guys get a chance, check them out. Check out a lot of their stuff. I really wanted to ask Tito and Dave if they still have some of those jerseys from World Cup, or not jerseys, but the sweatshirts.
Yeah.
The Dorito, the can, and the Temple, which
they did. They were some on the table.
I know. I didn't get a chance to buy one right there, so I was hopefully they still have some, because I'd like to get one, because it was a really cool design.
Oh God, so would I.
But check them out, guys, if you get a chance, because they're really cool guys. And of course, it's all about, growing the sport, like, Nick's company's about. But in order to grow the sport, we got to help out these smaller companies to get them out there also, because, we support them, they support us. So I just want to throw a little shout out for them. They will be on, though. They were supposed to be on tonight. We're going to have them on next week, which it will be right before Christmas time. But hey, like we're talking about, since it is almost Christmas, you guys want to get jerseys for people, or if you see somebody that knows, like, that's interested in anime stuff, they have some really cool anime stickers and some designs and anime jersey designs, stuff like that. So check them out. Go onto their site. Like Dennis said, the Gengar jersey that they had is completely sold out, but they still have, they have the fire type, water type, grass type, and electric type, which I do like the electric one too.
Yeah, the
Raichu and Pikachu.
Pikachu, Raichu. Yeah, they're really, really cool. They're very cool.
So, like I said, super cool dudes. Check them out. Check out their site. And if you get something, let them know that we sent you. Just to let them know, I guess. But it doesn't really. We're not sponsored, so it's not like we're going to get anything back. But definitely check them out. And of course, like today, we had playbetterpaintball.com. Good old Coach Crane. I feel like we've talked about that same video. I don't know why I feel like I've seen that video. I don't remember. Last week was we talked about poop.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so then, yeah, I don't know. All right. But check out his website. Check out him. He is a great guy to follow. Check out his Instagram. Check out his He's all over on TikTok. Always putting up videos. But he's got a great workout plan, which it starts at pump, moves up to mech, and then it goes into ramp. All three of those are different levels of exercises. And as they go, they increase in intensity. So check him out. He's all about, working on our bodies and all the different muscles that we use when we play paintball. So it is definitely a great workout. And he actually cares enough to check up on you and ask you, hey, how's it going with your workout and all that sort of stuff. So it is a subscription thing that you do with him, but definitely support him. Check that out. And we've talked about Nick, and Nick was on to, or oh shoot, I clicked on the wrong.
Yeah, Nick was in the chat earlier tonight.
Was in
He
the
may
chat?
still be.
And it's Grow the Sport. We were handing out stickers this week. Well, Dennis was handing out stickers. I was filming it. But growthesportpaintball.com. He's got a lot of great headbands also. He's got some denim ones, which Dennis has one of his headbands. And he also does some, what were they, the polyester blend? Headbands?
Yeah, the practice bands. Yeah.
Practice bands. He's got some really cool designs also. So check them out. A lot of them are just short runs because they're very unique. So he'll do like a run of like, I don't know, what, 10, 20 or whatever?
Usually somewhere between 6 and 8.
Oh,
and every so often he'll do one-offs as well.
So check him out. Check out his Instagram. It's also Grow the Sport Paintball. And he is definitely him, Mike. I mean, a lot of the guys that we're meeting, super cool dudes.
Yeah.
Awesome to talk to them. Glad
Kalen,
to actually Kalen too.
Yeah, he's getting ready to drop a bunch of if you look at his Instagram, he's getting ready to drop a bunch of he does leather goods, custom leather goods. He's got a bunch of key fobs and I guess you would like zipper pulls. Yeah, zipper pull.
Oh, okay.
That he's getting ready to put a bunch up for, I don't know if he's going to be selling them or giving them away, but yeah, if you check out his Instagram as well, Inspired Paintball, we've been blowing him up lately. He's been putting up some really, really cool posts, just in kind of inspirational messages and things like that I definitely want to get behind. So big up to Kalen over at Inspired as well.
Yeah, so a lot of great guys. Hey, it's Christmas time. So let's make their Christmas good by buying their stuff and giving it to somebody else, Great Christmas. I'm just saying. So check them out. And you know what? Why not give a shout out to CK, like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, Chris and the rest of the guys over there at CK, and Time to Paintball as well. Time to Paintball is a store. Yeah, here local in Southern California, Artesia. They actually just celebrated 20 years earlier this year.
Whoo, been around a while. Dang. Oh, wait, who said something? Lupe said, just hypnotized by Jerry. You know what, Lupe? Take some Geritol, go to bed. It's past your bedtime.
Jared.
You're watching an old man's show. I'm just saying.
Hey, it's a good show, man.
It's been done, over with, overrated, been on forever.
So
shoot. Anyways, all right. So yeah, get out there, support them. So like I always say, get out there, go to your local field, drop that cash on their counter, help them build up their field. Go to the local store, which was something we just did this past weekend. We actually went to, what do you call it? Mountain View.
Mountain View Paintball.
First time was there. It's a pretty cool store. It's got a good amount of stuff in there. The guys that work behind the counter, awesome dudes. They were really helpful. They were really friendly. So, we dropped some cash on their counter. We picked up some paint. We picked up some goggle cases. I picked up a swab. So, we're not just preaching it to preach it. We're actually out there doing it ourselves, because it would be really nice, but sometimes we just don't. It would be really cool, but we don't always get I'm just saying, guys, if you guys. So, anyways.
Matlock. Now that's old.
Oh. So.
Good stuff.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
That's my.
Yeah.
Wow, Matlock. Are you watching a little Murder, She Wrote too, Lupe? I'm just saying. I'm just asking you.
Hey, Jessica Lansbury.
All right. So, guys, as always, as we end the show, also we talk about how the best way to get a hold of us. So here we go. Check us out on Instagram at Behind the Mask Media, and you will be able to DM us there if you have any comments or anything that you want to talk about. By all means, hit us up. We are more than happy to answer back. And no, I will. I don't watch In the Heat of the Night. I tried. Honestly, I'll be honest with you, Lupe. I tried one episode and I was just like, I can't see Archie Bunker in that role. I still see him as Archie Bunker. It's just, now we're really going way back. Archie Bunker.
Yeah.
So, but as a theme, as always, you can catch us at Behind the Mask Media on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, which we did a few TikToks over the weekend. We're going to get better. Dang it, Lupe, derailing me because I'm the only one being able to actually put these comments up and try to end the show. Gmail, you can catch if you want to send comments, you want to send flyers, you want to send, you want to talk to us that way too. You can actually catch us at Behind the Mask Media at gmail.com. We do check it. We do answer back. If you want to be a guest on the show, by all means, send us like a little bio of yourself and what it is that you're promoting, and we'll read it. And I'm not going to guarantee that we're going to have you on instantly because it's like, oh, somebody said. No, we read through the stuff and we will, we'll let you know if we're going to have you on or not. All right. So not to be jerks about it. We just want to be upfront and let you know. So, all right. I got to stop looking at the comments, Lupe. I'm sorry. But you definitely derailed me on me trying to close out this show. We're at almost 2 hours and we've just had fun with it. Regardless, it was a lot of fun being on tonight. I was tired as we came, and Dennis will attest to this. I turned on the camera and he's all like, dude, you look tired. Yeah. Been up since 2 o'clock in the morning. But the moment that thing went live, the intro ended, there I was. I was like, woo, all right. But now the energy is starting to wind down and I'm starting to crash. And it's not because of what I was drinking, because that never causes me to crash. I'm just tired. And I got to go check on my chonies. I think they're done washing. They need to get dried. And I'm not talking about the ones I'm wearing. I'm talking about the ones that are in the wash. So anyways, all right. Enough of that. I've been babbling again. Thank you, Lupe. All right. Just had to throw that in there. So anyways, guys, it was great having everybody on. All 4 of you guys that are watching, I'm sure it was Lupe, Dwayne, Mike, and Asian Paintball. Asian Paintball, what is your first name? Let me know because I'd like to call you by your first name. That's 1, 2, 3. Yep, 4. Yep, that's 4 of them.
4.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Seriously. Coming on as always. Dwayne, it's always great to have you on. We had Terrence on earlier. Terrence logged off then, huh?
Oh, it's
Angel.
Oh.
Oh, that's who it is. Ansel, thanks for watching, dude. We're definitely going to talk some more about getting out there, getting some filming together. I got some projects going. So Ansel, we'll be in touch alongside of what I came into the office to work with you guys. So anyways, Ansel, you've been on for the whole 2 hours. Appreciate it, man. Definitely. But all right, guys. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. I got to go warm up and because it's cold. It's cold out here. But anyways, guys, we will see you guys next week. Same BTM channel, same BTM time, same BTM dudes, and all that other stuff. So, you guys, we've got 2 episodes left for the year. 2. We got some great guests coming on. Next week is definitely going to be a great show because we're going to have the guys from World War Paint. We are, you know what? I'll tease it. I'll just say it. We talked to Sonny Lopez. We're hoping to have him on before the end of the year. We might even
Yeah,
have them on next week along with the guys from World War Paintball. So, we'll see how we ended out. We're definitely going to do a great show right after Christmas. We'll find out everything that we got for Christmas, good and bad, and hopefully have you guys back on. So, anything else you got to say, Dennis, before I end this show?
No. Basically just echo exactly what you said. Thank you everybody for, tuning in again this week. Mike, Dwayne, Lupe, Ansel. We can't do it without you guys. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. So with that, as always, how I always end this for Ansel, this is your first show. So this is how I end it. So if you could shoot, you can move, then you can play.